Welcome back, everyone.
Hello, hello.
It's Mehmet at Lego again. Today, we want to talk about dumbing down. Now, I don't know if you've heard of this phenomenon, dumbing down that is, but its specific phenomenon has appeared in recent decades, where a lot of the content and media and material, whatever it is, be it literature, be it movies, be it songs, has to be dumbed down to be accessible to the general public, to the broadest possible audience. But here's the problem. Because of the way the modern world is, corporations have put it a bit too much into overdrive, where everything has to be dumbed down. This has become apparent recently with a lot of rappers. A lot of rappers who were famous in the 90s and early 2000s have come out and said that in recent years, they've been forced to dumb down a lot of their lyrics and their music to be more accessible to the newer generations. And this is also a problem in many different aspects. Another problem is that our patience has become very, very short. The reason for this is TikTok and other short form media. I'll ask this to everyone actually. Compare yourself in your attention, how you were as kids, or even a couple years before, and compare yourself now. How long does your attention span last nowadays? I'm sure it's very short. Because that's how the modern world is. We're constantly bombarded with information. Bombarded. Boom, boom, boom. Images, moving pictures, lights. Ooh, monkey brain. Neurons activated. That's what we constantly experience. And it's a serious problem. I consider it a serious problem. It should be a serious concern for everybody.
It should.
Even looking at literature, which is the main field I'm interested in, looking at literature from 100 years ago to looking at literature now, it's definitely changed. The vocabulary is much more endowed and much richer 100 years ago than it is now. One of the differences is in the use of synonyms. That's what I've noticed linguistically at least. Prior, the books 100 years ago, you'd use the synonym that's appropriate for a given context of the sentence. Nowadays, it's just one word. Oh yeah, that's its synonym. I'll just use it. And even thoughts become dumb. Yes?
It's not just that the synonyms are not used, first of all, properly, and second of all, even when they are used, you have to understand that just because you use a synonym, it doesn't mean that the meaning of those two words is exactly the same.
Exactly, that's my
point. What
point.
people don't understand today is using the wrong synonym is dangerous, especially in literature, especially in science, because let's be honest, you and I both graduated not that long ago.
Yep.
We have read a lot of essays by students, and the amount of times they have used the wrong synonym, when they have used the wrong word, just trying to dumb it down, it ruins not just their work, their thesis. It ruins the people who are going to read that. Because if it's your first introductory essay about a topic, you're gonna get the wrong concept of the theme. You're not gonna get the right intentions of the author. You're not gonna get the right concepts of the idea. And as you said with TikTok earlier, do you remember when we were younger, we would used to watch cartoons or let's say fucking movies on YouTube?
Yeah.
And it would be separated into like 6 different parts?
Yeah, so the
we wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
However, people today, they do not have the patience to do that. Which, like you said, it is the problem of the internet. It is the problem of media.
You know what's even more absurd? It isn't the will to actually go search the different parts. It's you're watching a movie, and if a scene comes that's 10 minutes long of nothing, you don't still pick up your phone. Yep. Even in movie theaters, this has happened. If a scene isn't just constantly action in your face, people will get on their phones, start texting. Even in outings, you're out with your friends. Instead of giving your attention there, people just sit on the phone like,
True.
why did you even go out with that person? Why did you even go out with those people if you're gonna sit on your phone? And sorry for taking
No, that's
the
fine.
word. I actually want to build on what you said. I think there's a difference between dumbing down when you understand the topic and dumbing down when you don't understand it.
The problem is when you don't understand it, and people
Which-
do that a lot.
Which is much more prevalent nowadays.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
dumbing down when you don't understand it, you dumb a complex concept down to its basic points, omitting the things in the middle that should build up the whole argument. Now I'll give an example of the opposite. Dumbing down things, we actually understand something. A philosopher that I was give an example of this regard is Socrates. If you look at Socrates' sayings, they're like one sentence, two sentences a max. They're really simple. At face value, they're dumb. They're self-evident. Okay, I understand this. But the more you keep coming back and like, oh yeah, he could mean this as well. Oh, he can also mean this. Oh, but yeah, but then consider this, he could also mean this. And that's when you see dumbing down done with mastery. The man understood the the meat of what he was saying. He really understood what he was saying. And that's why he simplified it to explain it easily to others. As a way of an entry into what he meant.
True.
Dumbing down nowadays is just like, we have this. We don't need this. Here. The fuck is this? It isn't the original thing.
I mean, I kind of agree with you, just kind of, not completely,
Okay.
as we always do.
Of course. We wanted to make
The
this very
thing
few
is, to dumb something down when you understand the topic, you dumb it down for people who are not in your field. To make them understand something without giving them backstory of 200, 500, 1,000 years of material. But what's going on today is, let's say you go in a school or you go in a university and you give these students, let's say, a 50-page script of what they should be studying. That already is dumbed down.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is dumbing down those scripts.
Yeah.
They're making 50 pages fit into 3 pages. And after that, we have doctors who don't know how to do their job. We have professors, teachers who don't understand their own subjects. We have scientists who do not understand the formulas and how they come. Of course you're not gonna, because the professor who is capable of dumbing down the material, who's capable of giving you the necessary things, already did that for you. Why would you ever dumb that down when you do not understand what you're talking about? First of all, it's your first time reading the script, which means you have no grasp of the subject. You do not know, you do not understand. And even if you do understand, you do not have a better grasp than the professor teaching you that. We both like to think that we are super smart, haha.
Yeah.
Professors are below us. Every single student does that.
Yeah.
High school, doesn't matter. University, that's even more.
Everybody has a foot up there.
Yes. But you have to admit that the professor is a professor because they understand that subject. And them giving you a dumbed down version means you should study that thing. You shouldn't dumb it down even further. Because like I said, you do not understand the whole subject. You cannot dumb down something if you do not understand it. But that's just my point. That's my point
Yeah,
of view.
I agree with you. And I especially agree with the last point. There's an old saying that I really like. A true master won't just teach you what to seek. He'll teach you to seek what he sought.
Yeah.
That's what professors should do. Yeah, they give you an introduction to the subject matter, but you should be hungry for more. But that's just speaking in regards to, I'm going to call it learned men, and people who are training for a specific vocation. What about general masses of people who are constantly subjected and bombarded by different media? I think those people are affected the most by dumbing down. Because before at least, I have this perception, just from talking with older generations, they were interested in a lot more things.
Yeah.
They were seriously interested and were versatile, at least for a conversation, in a lot of different topics. You can talk with old people about anything. You can't do the same with young people. Take the average Gen Z. Have a conversation with them outside their broad interests. They can't speak.
Even
They
when
should.
it's their interest, they can't speak.
Yeah,
They don't know
even-
how to express themselves.
Exactly. I love that you said that. I really like that you
No,
said that.
they really don't.
Express themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. Usually just regurgitated what other people have said.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with today. That's also a problem of dumbing down. Because
Yes.
dumbing down offers you things on a platter. That's why it's important to not dumb down things. Because when things aren't dumbed down, they're offered as a challenge. Okay, you have this, you don't really understand it, you have to boggle your mind a bit. You have to put in the work. If it's dumbed down, it's basically regurgitated. It's already chewed through. Here.
I mean,
That's
and
what
the
people
problem with
don't
dumbing down. Dumbing down can easily turn into propaganda. It can
Yeah.
easily turn because it's selective. You selectively show what you want to show. According to me, at least, and I don't know if you're gonna agree with this. Dumbing down happens the most on news, and in magazines, in newspapers,
Yeah, entertainment,
on
media. That sort of thing.
So, if you dumb something down, you do not give the whole picture.
Yeah.
To give the whole picture, you need to use the right words. Even though most people are not gonna understand those words, me included. But you need to give the whole picture. You cannot be a media and dumb everything down. For example, we do not know what's going on in the world. We watch the news, right? And they say today there was a protest by the farmers. They were not happy with blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's just one little thing of the whole problem. It's dumbed down in 2-minute segment at most, 3-minute segment. But their whole problem is based on days, weeks, months.
Yeah, there's whole
You
history.
you cannot put something that's problematic in 2 minutes. You cannot put something that's thousands of words, thousands of papers into 3 pages.
Exactly. If it's black and white, it's a clear indicator that it's dumbed down.
Yeah.
No problem, no event, nothing is black and white and two-sided in life. Absolutely nothing. Even the simplest thing isn't simply black and white.
Yeah.
And if you're perceiving it as black and white, you're not seeing the whole picture. But I think people have been conditioned so much into seeing it in just black and white because of dumbing down, they're impossible of seeing it any other way. Take the majority of people nowadays. They only have a conception of something being either good or bad. Nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
And the middle is important because the middle is a transition where one becomes good and bad. If you omit the transition, then you miss most of life. You miss the whole My mind is boggled. I just lost my thought when I think about this because it's so ignorant.
I mean,
it really is ignorant.
There's a solution for you losing your mind. Just dumb it down, dude.
Bro.
Anyway, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. And we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Peace.